fundamentals that you might want to study in your site analysis is understanding the actual weather. As you can see, we can gather some data of the overall climate of that region. So, besides understanding the sun paths, knowing the weather and the climate of that region will be beneficial. So, a website you can try is called Weather Sparks. In this case, I've done when you go to the main website, it actually allows you to search for a location. It has some examples here. So I'm just going to click on New York City. When I click on New York City, I can start to see how it gives me my average climate in New York over the times of the average throughout the months. It has data from different years. It can give me the average temperature, right, depending on the month. So now I know how the summers look like versus how cold it gets. So depending on your region or where you're researching, this data will look very different. Also, again, hourly temperature, sort of as you know, when does it get the hottest, and so on, and cloud coverage, how cloudy does it get, precipitation, is it a place where it rains a lot, does it not rain too much, the amount of rainfall, the amount of snowfall, right? So, the amount of daylight and twilight, hours of daylight and twilight, sunrise, solar elevation, and some of these would be a bit more helpful than others. We can simply go down the list. Here it also talks about not the direction so much, but sort of the wind speed is that, this can be different, like Chicago would be different from a other type of city, right? Water temperature, tourism is also sort of, there's a lot of people coming in, beach, pool, and so on. And so there's a lot of information in this website that you can really try to go through it and get a better understanding of it. So as we're closing this series of site analysis, one other thing that could also be very helpful is also understanding noise. So in this case, we can see how there is some road noise coming from here. So perhaps these trees could help from create blocking that noise, right? If we see it in other images, we might see there's other kinds of neighborhood buildings and stuff like that that could create also noise. So noise, understanding that sort of where these key points of noise are coming will also sort of be an important thing. Not only noise, but maybe views. What are we really focusing on? How are we directioning or positioning our building? So the last sort of step that you'll do is taking all this information and you can bring it into a simply bring it into Photoshop, Illustrator, um, AutoCAD. Um, we go creating a site plan um, and Photoshop. There's going to be a lot of examples. You can even do it by hand and so on. And it's creating this sort of site plan analysis through actual different representations. So all these similar ones that I have shown you could be drawn by hand, could be drawn in a digital way. You can use that CAD mapper or topo export that I showed you so you don't have to start from scratch and creating your site. It can help you, and then you just start positioning your actual building. But your site analysis should include all these different things that should be that in a way should be a reflection of the decisions of your building. So thank you for watching. Keep exploring your site, and hopefully it helps you make um, great design idea, sort of take great design ideas for your design.